There's a chart, you know what I'm saying, that shows our beloved, you know what I'm saying, leader.
Yeah.
Leading the league in mid-range attempts 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this season, you actually attempted more than he did back then, which is crazy. There's going to be a lot of Melo haters in the yo, that's crazy. Yo, Melo be shooting the ball 100 times a game. Footwork is a key, you know what I'm saying, of that whole process, creating space in that area.
Yeah.
How, where did you learn yours, and how did it become such a big part of your game?
Just a student. It started out with me being a student first. But even before, I had the luxury at 16, 17 years old to work with Kobe.
Yep.
You know, so I had that cheat code to really just sit there and lock in and listen to him and really break down details and small movements and learn how to play in the phone booth and be able to get your shot off. You know what I mean? So I learned that early on. But from that, I just was a student of how guys was able to create space, get their shots off, whether if you were small or big. Like, for example, like I remember talking to Sam Cassell when I was 15. And he used to show me how to, you know, the bump, get the bump. Shot fake, over the right shoulder, fadeaway. Like he showed me all that. You know what I mean? Like to Katino Mowgli, how, you know, off one dribble, hesitating, just pulling up. Like I paid attention. Like even Andre Miller.
Facts.
Andre Miller. He wasn't athletic at all, but he was able to get, you know, he had the hezzy in there, getting to the basket, getting his shot off. Like I pay attention to guys like that. So now when I can incorporate that with being 6'6", 6'7", athletic, all right, now I got a little bit more of a cheat code. If they able to do that, you know, with lack of size, athleticism, whatever it may be. And I just try to incorporate that. So I've done that with everything. Like my first year in the league, I had Alex English as assistant coach. I used to sit there with him all the time and like, yo, how you do this? Like, motherfucker had that one dribble pull up. You couldn't block it. Every time. You know what I mean? So it's like those, like me being a student and having a cheat code to be able to, you know, work with, you know, my idol when it come to basketball. It just made me just pay attention to it even more detailed in a way.
Man, like all things, like music, sports, like it all kind of comes in cycles. And I think one of the dopest things that happen to folks who love the mid-range is SGA winning MVP.
For sure.
Because the way he plays the game is so reminiscent of you guys and how he gets his buckets as far as like getting in the 17, 15-foot range. How's it feel for you guys to see somebody win at the highest level, playing a style that was so dissected while you guys were, well, not while you guys, but you know, as you're still playing it?
Any championship team that you've watched win a championship, they win the game in the mid-range.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a how many threes you shoot. When it comes down to it, you have to get a bucket. Your three ain't gonna always be there. You ain't gonna always be able to get to the rack.
Won't be able to run all day long.
No. If you have a midi, you're dangerous. Shea is dangerous because he plays for taking the best shot. It ain't about numbers or shooting the tray, and it's about taking the best shot. If you back off, I'm pulling. If I'm in the paint and I get here and this shot is wide open, I'm taking this shot. And just so happened, he's starting to master that mid-range when it comes to using his body, knowing his space, knowing where to get at, knowing angles. Like he's playing off of angles. And the midi is all about angles. If you get an angle and I get this shoulder on you, there's nothing you can do about it. Because if you bite back, then I'm a shot fake and you done.
To that point.
I never utilized a shot fake the way this nigga utilized it. This nigga shot fake 3-4 times in a row. You go to jump on one of them. You know, but he added that to the game. Sam Cassell taught me how to get to the elbow left shot fake. And once you learn the shot fake, you actually be like, man, the shot fakes are bullshit.
Man.
But once you get it, I'm saying when you young, you like, you ain't thinking about using those shot fakes. To
that point, like the 3-point line is actually easy to guard. That's why people shoot them so fast. Like, it's a line. You know what I mean? You run them off the line. They got to figure out what to do. I remember I tweeted something during the playoffs. I think it was about Boston. Everybody was killing me talking about like I'm talking shit. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out what to do when they run you off the three. And you know, I think the best teams, they take what the game gives you. And if you open right there, you got to make it, obviously. But like people don't understand, like the reason why it's not the fact that everybody's shooting threes. It's just they live and die by it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have to get a three.
There was a lot of talk about the Celtics this past playoff run when they were, shooting a record number of threes and
not adjust.
They were like, "We gonna shoot more." Like this is
they want to shoot 60 threes a game.
It's crazy.
Like this is what they're gonna do regardless.
It was one point where instead of people shooting the mid-range, they'll shoot the three further out.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's because the narrative around the mid-range was that's a bad shot.
Yeah.
And how the fuck is that a bad? That's to me, that's one of the most efficient shots.
Yeah.
And it's the toughest shot to make.
Right.
So what a midi does for me, the way I think about it is you have to, it's the work that you put in, the reps that you put in on the mid-range. Because that distance between a 19, 18, 19 footer and a 14, 15 footer, that's very hard to make when you got to stomp on a dime and just raise and pull. That's a hard shot to make, which is why they would say that's a bad shot.
Right.
Because if you don't work on that, you're not going to be effective in the mid-range. And they don't work on that today. So therefore, a lot of guys is not going to be effective in the mid-range.
How much the archetypes play into that though, man? You 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", you know what I mean? You can jump over, a lot of people. Like if you 6'1", 6'2", maybe a three-pointer is a more efficient shot for you because you're not going in there trees. But a lot of times
you 6'1" and 6'2", you get downhill, you throwing a lob, you kicking out.
You're making plays.
You 6'1", 6'2", you're a point guard.
I think the only person I can think of that really masters the mid-range at that size is probably like Jalen Brunson.
CP.
Like, he's somebody, CP.
They get inside, they get creative. To me, that's what the mid-range is. Like Rudy said, like they run you off the three, now what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now you got to use your basketball mind and be like, yo, I'm going to get to this spot, but it's all happening in real time.
Nobody's telling you to run him off the midi. They gonna say run you off the three.
Right.
And when they run you off the three, you got a split second to make a decision. You got two dribbles once they run you off the three.
Yeah.
So already know what the fuck you gonna do.
Yeah.
Either if I'm gonna shoot this bitch or I see somebody closing in and I gotta kick it out.
Yeah.
So it's a very split decision that you have to make in that short period of time. When somebody run you off the three, it's hard, Chan, because you in your mind set that I'm gonna take this three.
Yeah.
And they run you off, you're like, damn, now you gotta think the game.
Yeah.
Somebody closing out, you might have the lob, you might have the dump off, you might have a corner pass,
Weak side three.
you might have to kick back out to the three.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit that you have to process in a short period of time.
In addition to that, you mentioned about the pump faking that DeMar DeRozan does, right? And anytime I see the pump faking, I think of Kobe. I'm like, that's all Kobe.
See, Cole was shot fake twice. He might spin, he might reverse pivot on the spin.
Yeah.
He might shoot the bitch with his left. Cole was just wild with his shit. He ain't going nowhere. You know he going left. And he gonna shot fake 3 times. Stay down. Nigga still jump.
Man, look,
Coach, get his ass out. Man,
I seen this nigga one time, shot fake 3 times. Look around, see who you can pass the ball to. Looked at the defender again. One hard ass shot fake. Still shot it. Made it.
Shot it. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna give you your flowers, champ, because for you to still play that game in today's game, where you got to hear the noise of that is a bad shot.
Yeah.
That is not an effective shot. And for you to go against the norm, go against the noise, again, above the noise when it comes to your game.
Yeah.
You pay attention to your game. You don't pay attention to nobody else. So I really want to, take my hat off to you because I'm sure it's very difficult for you to play in today's game.
Yeah. And it's tough. And it goes back to where, like, I never want young guys that's coming up to feel discouraged like they got to go out there and be Steph Curry all the time. Because everybody's just not going to be Steph Curry. It's one Steph Curry. What he's able to do is incredible. I think we would never see nobody else like that. But I always, and it's crazy, I heard you talk about it with your son one time, that you taught him the game inside out first.
Yeah.
And that's not preached enough within our game. So from my standpoint, I try to be a statesman when it comes to the mid-range to show that if you're great at this, you could still be successful.
Facts.
It still could, it still could take you a long way. Like, it's a blessing to this day when, I'm top 25 all time in scoring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe it. But I stuck to me being myself. I didn't let nobody change that. I just worked and tried to be great at what I did, and it got me this far. Don't be discouraged from it because you see everybody doing all this other stuff. It's crazy. I was watching the game. What's one of y'all? I was like, man, better see when somebody shoot a mid-range. Then we watching the game. I'm like, watch. See if somebody shoot a mid-range. Every time down was 3, 3, 3, 3, miss 3, 3, 3, 3. Accidental fucking mid-range shot. That was an accident. He didn't even want to shoot that. He just threw the shit up. 3. You know what I mean? But it's like, you look at all the greats, they mastered that part of the game. You know what I mean?